If you've ever seen Steve McQueen in Bullitt, I'm sure you'll agree it's one of the best car chases ever. Real American muscle cars and the original king of cool, an unbeatable combination, and one that's helped Ford sell lots and lots of cars. You see, computer wizardry brought the long-dead McQueen back from the grave and put him behind the wheel of the Puma for Ford's TV ads. It was a move that made the Puma the UK's best-selling coupe and the only Ford with a waiting list. All very clever marketing. But would the macho Frank Bullitt really have traded in his power-packed Mustang for something that produces just 123 brake horsepower? Somehow I doubt it. But I reckon he could well have been tempted by this, Ford's pumped-up version, the Racing Puma. Ford's motorsport team sent the Puma down the gym to build up some extra muscles, and the result is a limited edition of 1,000 Pumas bearing the racing badge that are now lower, meaner and far sexier than before. And the next step was for Ford's long-standing partner Tickford to get their hands on the little cat. They stripped and rebuilt the twin-cam four-cylinder engine to boost the power up to 153 brake horsepower. Top speed was now up to 126 miles an hour, 0 to 60 down to just under 8 seconds. And the price tag, well, that was up as well, I'm afraid, £23,000. And when you consider that the 1.7 version of the Puma is £15,000, that works out at about £8 extra for the pleasure of shaving a second off your 0 to 60 time and adding 3 miles per hour onto your top speed, which does make them rather expensive seconds. But hang on just a minute, because there's more to this car than a couple of seconds here and there. This is a great car because of its handling. Now, the Puma was always a superb car to drive, but the revisions to the Racing Puma have made it a handling dream. Tuned suspension and revisions to the springs mean that it's got absolutely bags of grip. It goes around this track as if it's on rails, even on a wet, miserable, damp day like this. The steering now has got so much response that it almost chatters away to you as you drive along. In fact, it's almost a little bit too responsive for my liking. It's very immediate. You need to be a bit wary of it on a few of these tight bends. The gearbox is very, very slick. Just a flick of the wrist sends it to where you want it to go. Push the Puma and it really does just keep on going. Make a mistake in it and it's that capable. It can cover up for you. And when you need it, there's a very nice insurance policy. The brakes. You'll be pleased to hear you get instant response. In fact, they're so strong that the Racing Puma has the potential to outbrake a 911 GT3. But while the Racing Puma is every boy racer's dream, caning it around a very smooth track like this, on a road like this, it's a bit of a pain, literally. You see, the suspension is so hard that on dodgy roads you feel every single lump and bump, or rather your back does anyway. Oh yes, it makes you realise what a rather shocking state our roads are actually in. But apart from getting on excellent terms with your local potholes, you can still appreciate how superbly the Puma handles in day-to-day driving. There's plenty of punch from the engine for quick overtaking around town, although as you can imagine, this car may have a tendency to bring out the hooligan in you. So if you're the proud owner of a clean driving licence, then beware. The Racing Puma is a very rare breed of production car because it was born for the track and it feels really at home here. But at £23,000, it's a very expensive choice for an enthusiast. But as Ford are only planning to make 1,000 of these, I don't think they'll have too many problems selling them. And if you still go misty-eyed at the sight of an RS or an XR badge and you rue the day that Ford stopped making the Cosworth, then this will be just the car for you.